Nashville. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. This is Kloud 9. I'm sure you may have heard of them. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. These are some wonderful musicians who are based in Nashville and have had some international success. So I want you to tell me a little bit about how you got started in your first album.
Well, first of all, we're twin brothers. My name is Kendall.
And I'm Kelvis.
And we go by the name of Kloud 9. We actually got started about 10 years ago, and we've had some success out of the UK. And I actually moved to the UK in '99 and lived there for a couple of years, which is how we got our deal. We were signed to a label called Expansion, which is the #1 soul label in the UK. And got a chance to work with Incognito, which is a pretty big soul, jazz, funk band out of the UK. And the first album did really well for us. And throughout that time, we've also been involved as record execs here in Nashville, primarily in the gospel industry. So it's kept us pretty busy.
Right. So in Nashville, we've got the country music industry and a really strong gospel music industry. Where do you think that it's headed? What's the trend for the gospel music in Nashville?
Well, gospel music is here to stay. It's been around forever, and it's been big in Nashville, but now a lot of the major record labels are moving their offices to Nashville, so it's not going anywhere. I think that gospel is on the rise, and now even in terms of the business, you have more credible business things that are happening for gospel in terms of radio, in terms of your record sales, touring. There are big tours that are out there with all the big names, and so it's here, and it's not going anywhere. And we'll continue to do our roles as record executives while we do the Kloud 9 thing. So.
Are you planning to record any spiritual or any gospel-based tracks?
Well, our music has a spiritual quality to it, if you will, because we are Christians, and so our music is clean, but we feel it's important to have a distinction with who you are for the consumer. So with the Kloud 9 thing, we stick to the soul, smooth R&B, smooth jazz, but it's very clean.
Right. And I've read that you have some influences from Michael Jackson, and you got Incognito in there, and it's the Isley Brothers a little bit mixed in. You know, where did that come from? I know.
Well, I mean, I got to chime on the Michael Jackson thing. It's kind of funny because my brother and I, we share the same birthday as Michael Jackson, which is August 29th.
Really? Leo?
Virgos.
Oh,
Virgos.
Not enough fire.
So same birthday. I have the same middle name as Michael, which is Joe.
Okay. Oh,
and Michael, we were born about 150 miles away from where he was born in Gary, Indiana. We were born in Moline, Illinois. So a lot of similarities. And then the man that got us started in music when we were 14 years old in the studio, Jerry Weaver, produced Janet Jackson's first album.
Really?
So a lot of similarities. And then you can touch on the Isley Brother kind of connection.
Well, I mean, we grew up, of course, listening to gospel music. My mother was a church musician, and so Walter Hawkins, Edwin Hawkins,
wonderful, yeah.
Andre Crouch and his Disciples, all that stuff. We used to listen to it, but then we would always sneak away and grab that Jackson 5 record and throw it on, and Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I was always intrigued by the guy who had the high voice that would just sing something. I'm like, how is he doing that?
Right.
You know? And so then as we continue to grow older, we discovered the Isley Brothers, and that was something so smooth and mellow about it.
Yes.
And, you know, we couldn't quite get with the lyrics because they were saying things that were kind of adult.
Really
but then they had the stuff that was very easy to understand. And so sometimes things are just birthed inside of you. And so that's just been a part of us. Now qualities of our music, when we read reviews, we see that people say that we sound similar to the Isley Brothers on certain tracks. And we get Jackson 5. Sometimes the Jacksons is a smoother sound. We get various artists. So, you know, that's what it is. You know?
So tell me about what you're working on now. What are you doing right now?
Well, we just finished a brand new album. It's called Enjoy the Ride.
Okay.
And it'll be available August 2009.
Oh,
here in the
birthday
States.
time. Are you going to have like
August
a
11th.
birthday / album
We're going
release?
to try to do a birthday thing here in Nashville.
Okay. Hopefully you can come back to the show and perform.
Yeah, we can do that.
For your birthday.
We can do that.
That would be fun.
We can set it off.
Yeah.
And actually the album, we still have our record deal in Europe with Expansion Records, and we signed here in the States with Shawnee Entertainment. So we're releasing the same album with bonus tracks.
Correct.
Okay, right. Yes, and with Off the Wall, right?
Well, Off the Wall will be on a project that's releasing in the UK, which is a best of Kloud 9. But the new album, Enjoy the Ride, features a cut with Incognito.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is called Everything Is Good Tonight. And then our single, which is Can't Be Loved, which is currently being supported by Michael Baisden.
Right, we love Michael
Music
Baisden.
Choice and DMX. So we're really blessed to be able to do the things that we love to do, and we're in good company with Shawnee. That label has some artists that are similar to what we do, such as Mesa, Leak is on Shawnee and Calvin Richardson and
Phil Perry.
Phil Perry.
Swing
So
Out
we're-
Sister.
Wonderful.
You know, a lot of artists.
Wonderful. So what is the mood that you want people to feel when they're listening to this latest release?
Well,
Well-
you got that right, Ken.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because when we came up with the name Cloud 9, the reason why we wanted to call ourselves Cloud 9 was because we wanted to create an atmosphere that when people heard our music, there would be an ultimate listening pleasure.
Wonderful.
And we decided to spell it with a K because both of our names start with a K, Kendall and
Right,
Kelvis.
right.
So with this new album, Enjoy the Ride, it really is a musical journey that encompasses all the things that people go through in life and in love.
Right.
And sometimes when you're going through situations and you meet someone in a love relationship, especially at the beginning, and you don't really know kind of what to expect or where it's going to go, or, you know, is she the right person for me, et cetera, sometimes you have to just sit back and enjoy the ride, because nothing in
Right.
life or love is guaranteed.
Right. Nothing is guaranteed. You got to take risks, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So you
That's
want to
right.
take listeners to the highest heights of musical pleasure.
Absolutely.
And your message is all about love and soulfulness.
It's
And
about love, soulfulness, social consciousness. The song Everything is Good Tonight actually speaks somewhat on the whole Obama era that we're living in now. And
Wow.
the song talks about how we should celebrate something that is historic and something that can never be erased. We've actually seen it happen. And that's what that song is
Right.
about. So it's social conscious. Some people call it grown folk music. I just say it's kind of music that a real man would say to a real woman. It's just
Right.
quality stuff. You know, it's the positivity. You know, it's the things that are important in love that are sometimes overlooked in traditional R&B.
right. Right. Well, that's wonderful. I have a question I always like to ask artists. Who is in your CD player / iPod right now? What was the last conscious move you made
Well,
to listen to something?
I will be completely honest, and I'll stick my hand up to say that, of course, July was a very hard month for me, for the world, you know, losing Michael Jackson. So I
Right.
did rush out to Target, and I bought Off the Wall. I bought Thriller, and I bought Bad. And I have a six disc changer in my truck. So those three are in there. And then I
Definitely.
have Kim Burrell, I have Mary Mary, and I have a young gospel artist by the name of Spencer Bakers. And
Okay.
So she's in my changer right now.
Is she local?
No, she lives in Texas, but
Okay.
she was signed to Geffen Records, but she's out doing her thing. It's a fabulous record. So
Yeah.
that's what's in my changer.
Awesome. What do you got?
My changer would have to include, there's a new album by an artist named Vicky Yohe, which is a praise
Okay.
and worship artist, which
Okay.
I was fortunate and blessed to produce that record. So
Okay.
I'm kind of listening as a fan and also listening just like,
the critical
did
ear.
I do a good job?
Yeah.
You know, there's also another new artist named Gianna from Houston, Texas, that just released in the UK
Okay.
this week and is doing well on the charts. And I produce as well, so that's in my changer. Also, Michael Jackson stays in my changer. I mean, even before this
Even
sad
before the
news,
tragedy, right.
there's always a Michael Jackson in my player. There's probably an incognito somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And I guess I'd have to say, shameful plug, there's probably a Cloud 9 record in there too.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. You got to listen to your own music and enjoy. So, do you play any instruments?
I play keyboards.
He
Okay.
plays in the studio. He programs a lot of our stuff in the studio, but when we're on stage, we have a band and we have our
Of
singers.
course. Behind
Shouts out to Raquel and D. Jones. You know,
All
so they put it
right.
down for us.
Whoever they are, wish
Yeah,
they
so
were
good.
here
They
with
do,
us.
they do our background singing, and they also do lead as well. Sometimes
Okay.
we'll go off stage after the middle of our show and let them, you know, have center stage and do a couple of songs and give them their time to shine and do their thing.
Right. Speaking of time to shine, tell me about your favorite song on the new album. Do you have a favorite, or
Wow.
if you had to pick one?
You know, I think it changes. Most artists that are out there would probably say it changes from time to time. I'd have to say probably a song called Appreciation, which is a song my brother wrote, which he writes all of our stuff, but it's a song called Appreciation that talks about appreciating a woman. You know, she comes home from work, you want to take the lead, you know.
And what is that? Take the
It's-
lead
hey,
doing?
listen, the kids are fed, I've tucked them
Ooh.
in, you come home, it's time for me to appreciate you.
Yeah, that's all right.
So I'm going to take the lead
I
on
told
that,
you it was
so.
grown folk stuff.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll
Yeah,
take
told
that.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, but, you know, I'm going to enjoy that as a lady. Look out for Cloud 9. Visit their MySpace page, which is...
www.myspace.com/cloud9twin. It's KLOUD, the number 9, TWIN.
Right.
We're also on Facebook, you know, all the social sites, Twitter. You can find us on Facebook as Soul Twins.
Yep, and look out for the album in August.
August.
And they will be coming back and performing a little bit with
right.
us.
Absolutely.
Please do. All right. Well, thank you both, and we'll talk to you soon.
But all of the need